Yes, the miracle of birth. That beautiful moment when you crack through your shell, take your first breath, and immediately realize you're in a race for your life. Welcome to the world, baby turtle. I hope you enjoyed those peaceful moments inside your egg, because that's all the peace you're getting. For approximately the next 100 years. Picture this. You've just headbutted your way out of your egg, buried under 2 feet of sand, in what can only be described as nature's worst game of escape room. Your tiny flippers, perfectly designed for swimming, are useless in sand. It's like trying to dig your way out of a birthday cake with spatulas for hands. But wait, there's more. Remember those 100 siblings hatching around you. They're not your support system, your competition in this desperate scramble to the surface. And just when you think you've made it, that's when the real fun begins. Congratulations, you've made it to the surface. Now, imagine emerging into what feels like the world's most poorly organized buffet, except you're the main course. To your left, seagulls, nature's dive bombers. To your right are ghost crabs, those sideways running nightmares who didn't RSVP but showed up anyway. And straight ahead, oh, just a casual 100-yard dash to the ocean. No pressure. It's just that every predator in a 5-mile radius has marked their calendar for this exact moment. The beach, which any human travel blogger would describe as pristine and paradise-like, might as well be the Hunger Games arena for you. That smooth sand, it's more like a desert marathon. Those beautiful beach lights from the resort. Yeah, those are leading you in the wrong direction because nature thought it would be hilarious to make baby turtles follow the brightest light they see, which should be the moon reflected on the ocean. Still, humans just had to build their fancy beachfront properties. And here's the kicker. If you make it to the water by some miracle, don't celebrate just yet. The ocean isn't exactly rolling out the red carpet. Instead, it's got an all-you-can-eat buffet of predatory fish waiting to welcome you to their underwater world. Talk about a warm welcome, right? So there you have it. Little turtle. Your first day on Earth is a triathlon designed by a sadistic game show host. Dig through sand, sprint across an open battlefield, and then swim for your life. And remember, only about 1 in 1,000 of you will survive to adulthood. No pressure. But hey, if you make it, you get to spend the rest of your life carrying around a heavy shell, eating jellyfish and living the dream. Congratulations, tiny turtle. You've survived your first day, which statistically makes you more successful than most of your siblings. Welcome to the next phase of your life, growing up in the world's most dangerous soup bowl. First order of business, food. You'd think being surrounded by an ocean would make this easy, but no. Your diet mainly consists of jellyfish, nature's floating plastic bags. That's right. Your primary survival skill is telling the difference between actual plastic bags and jellyfish. It's like a twisted, would you rather game where both options might kill you. Let's talk about that shell. Your mobile home, supposedly your most excellent defense. Sure, it protects you from predators, assuming they attack at precisely the right angle and aren't, more significant than you. It's like wearing a bulletproof vest made of concrete that also doubles as your house. Try swimming gracefully with that strapped to your back. The ocean's playing a cruel joke. Here's protection from being eaten, but good luck catching anything to eat yourself. Oh, and speaking of graceful swimming, remember those adorable little flippers that were useless on sand? Well, now they're your everything. Swimming, steering, braking. It's like driving a car with 2 oars instead of wheels. And the best part, you can't even see what's behind you. Just imagine parallel parking but underwater, and everything around you wants to eat you. But wait, the challenges of adolescent turtle life don't stop there. As you grow, you'll experience the joy of shell shedding. Yes, like a snake, but infinitely more awkward because you're carrying your house on your back. It's like trying to move apartments while still living inside the building. Your shell sections, or scutes, peel off one by one, making you look like a reptilian version of a half-peeled banana. And let's not forget about the constant threat of predators. Tigers must worry about 2 or 3 animals that might eat them. You. Everything, fish more significant than you, they'll try to eat you. Sharks? Obviously. Seals? Yep, even seabirds still fancy their chances when you surface for air. It's like living in a neighborhood where everyone is a potential serial killer. Speaking of surfacing for air, isn't it just delightful that despite living your entire life in the ocean, you still need to come up for air? Evolution outdid itself there. Nothing says vulnerability like sticking your head out of the water every few hours like a scaly snorkel. It's the equivalent of having to step outside your panic room now and then to take a breath. And don't even get started on navigation. Somehow, you're expected to use the Earth's magnetic field like a living compass. That's right. While humans need GPS to find their local grocery store, you're supposed to navigate entire oceans using an internal magnetic sensor that nobody understands. It's like being given a smartphone with no screen and told, "Don't worry, you'll feel which way to swipe." But if you manage to survive all that, the constant threat of death, the awkward growth phases, the shell renovations, and the magnetic marathon swimming, you might make it to adulthood, and then, guess what? You get to do it all over again, but this time as an adult who has to trek back to the same beach you barely escaped from as a baby, dig a hole, and lay eggs in the middle of the night. The turtle motto is, if something tried to kill you, definitely go back there to have your kids. After decades of somehow not dying, congratulations! You're now an adult turtle, master of the seas, a survivor of 1,000 near-death experiences, and still stuck playing an endless game of don't get eaten. Sure, you're bigger now. Those predators that used to see you as a snack, they've upgraded you to a full meal. But at least you've developed some life skills, like that signature move of tucking into your shell, the turtle equivalent of hiding under the blanket and pretending the monster can't see you. Now, you're too big to retract fully, so it's more like trying to hide behind a shower curtain while wearing a backpack. But look how far you've come. You've mastered eating jellyfish without getting stung in the face. You can hold your breath for hours, like being a submarine made of leather and determination. And you've developed that signature resting face that says, "I'm so done with this ocean nonsense." Speaking of ocean nonsense, remember those magical navigational skills? Well, now you can use them for the ultimate turtle tradition, the Great Migration. Swimming across entire oceans seemed a perfectly reasonable lifestyle choice to your ancestors. It's like having a timeshare, except instead of a condo in Florida, you're timesharing entire sections of the Pacific. And the grand finale of adult turtle life, returning to the beach where it all began. That's right. You've spent decades perfecting your underwater survival skills to drag yourself back onto land, where you move with all the grace of a beanbag chair come to life. Nature's idea of poetic justice, ladies and gentlemen. So there you have it, the complete cycle of turtle life. From desperate hatchlings to slightly less desperate adults, it's a journey that proves one thing. Survival of the fittest means survival of whoever's the most stubborn. And you, dear turtle, are nothing if not stubborn. But hey, at least you get to spend your retirement cruising around the ocean, rocking that prehistoric look, and occasionally photobombing scuba divers' vacation pictures. Because when you've spent your entire life dealing with nature's most ridiculous survival challenges, you've earned the right to be that mysterious shadow that freaks out the tourists. And think, somewhere out there, your hatchlings are probably being chased by seagulls. Circle of life, baby. Circle of life.